Welcome to my informative presentation. Lumpia, a delicious spring roll appetizer filled with meat, chopped vegetables, spices, is a favorite to many. This dish originated in the islands of the Philippines, where I'm from. It has become a rather popular dish that can now be found all over the world. However, the recipes are never the same. In this video, I'm going to share with you my family's own recipe and show you the highlights of how to prepare this delicious dish. But before I do that, I would like to share a story with you involving lumpia that could have ended in disaster. Not too long ago, I planned a little get-together with my friends and decided to make lumpia. Now, everything was going fine up until it was time to roll the lumpias. And I came into a problem. Some of my lumpias were too soggy, others were too flaky, and ultimately they just ended up falling apart when I was rolling it. But luckily for me, I had some backup lumpia wrappers in my freezer that ended up saving the day. And I was back to rolling lumpias like a pro in no time. And now I'm here to show you how to roll lumpias like a pro too. First, you're going to need the right ingredients. The most leanest ground meat is required to make the lumpia. And the reason for that is because it avoids having your lumpia being too soggy. You're going to brown and drain the meat and set it aside for later use. And then you're going to need a colorful variety of vegetables, like your baby carrots, your celery, onions, and potatoes, which you will also chop into smaller pieces, cook, and set aside for later use. And of course, you're going to need your lumpia wrapper. Now, when you go to the store, don't be discouraged if you see a whole bunch of different types of lumpia wrapper. They serve the same purpose, so it doesn't really matter what kind you get. Just pick one and roll with it. And of course, you're going to need your spices and oil for frying and your egg wash for sealing your lumpia. And you cannot forget the most important part about all of this, and that's the sauce. Everything is about the sauce. A good lumpia is nothing without a good sauce. So pick a bottle or two of this. Now it's time to cook the lumpia. First, you're going to mix your ground meat and your cooked vegetables together in a pot, and you're going to let that cook for at least 5 more minutes. Once it cooks, you're going to transfer it to a strainer to let it drain. You want the excess juice to drain down into the pot because you don't want that to be mixed in your lumpia because it will make everything soggy. While that's draining and cooling, you're going to need to prep up your station. Make sure that it's clean and, open space so that you have room to work with. Now it's time to roll. The rolling process is actually very simple. You just need to scoop some of the lumpia fillings and put it in the lumpia wrapper. You fold the tab closest to you away from you. You roll it one time, fold the sides, and then you roll it some more, and then you seal the end. And you're all done with that. And of course, when you're finished rolling all of your lumpia, then you can start frying it. The frying process is actually very simple. All you need to do is just make sure that your oil is very, very, very hot, at least 400 degrees if you have a fry daddy. If not, then just make sure that it's, extremely hot if you use just a pot with a whole bunch of oil. But the most important part is to make sure that the oil there's plenty of oil in there so that the lumpia can submerge in the oil, because you want to get that golden brown. So you're going to want to fry it for at least about 5 minutes. And when that's done, it's ready to eat and you'll be good to go. Every gathering deserves an epic appetizer to bring people together, something that will keep them coming back for more. Now that you've watched the creation of this delicious treat, I challenge you to channel your inner chef and recreate the recipe so that you can experience all this delicious goodness. This recipe holds a special sentiment to me because it has the most memories I have with my grandparents. Something so simple yet lively that I would be proud to pass down to the next generations of my family and now to yours. Thank you.